Hey everyone, ready to really live and breathe English?
Oh, yeah.
So, maybe you're getting ready for a trip or a new job,
Mm,
or hey, maybe you just love learning languages.
yeah, absolutely.
Then you sent over this awesome guide that's full of practical tips for making English a daily habit,
Right.
not just something you study. So
Exactly.
we're going to take a deep dive into it right now.
Awesome.
See how you can weave English into your everyday life.
Sounds good.
And I know you love getting the most out of your time.
Oh, yeah. Efficiency is key.
So we're going to pull out the most impactful tips for you.
Love that.
So the guide starts off talking about morning rituals.
Right from the start.
Yeah.
No.
So what's the big deal about starting your day with English?
Well, even small things like writing your to-do list in English
Okay.
or just like mentally running through your schedule in English.
Interesting.
It kind of sets the tone for the whole day.
Right, like a mental shift.
Exactly. It wakes up your brain's English processing centers.
So it's not just about willpower.
No, there's real science behind it.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's about priming your brain for language acquisition.
Oh, wow.
You're creating neural pathways, making it easier to use English all day long.
So I'm sold on morning rituals.
Good.
What's next?
Well, the guide says we got to talk tech,
Okay.
like changing your phone and social media settings to English.
I can see that being a little scary at first.
Yeah, like you're suddenly in a foreign country.
Right.
But you know what? You adapt super quickly.
I guess so.
Think about it. You already know how to use your phone, right?
Yeah, totally.
So now you're just applying that to an English interface.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
It becomes less about translating and more about just understanding.
So, I'm tricking my brain into thinking in English?
Yeah, without even realizing it.
I like it.
And there's science behind this too.
Oh, really?
You're seeing vocab and phrases in real-life contexts.
Okay,
Way more effective for remembering than flashcards.
that makes sense.
Plus, it takes the pressure off. You're just living your life, but in English.
All right, I can get behind that.
Good.
So we've got morning rituals.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our phones and computers.
Sure.
What about actually, speaking English?
Right. Getting those vocal cords working.
Besides, talking to myself?
Oh, yeah. That's a great technique, too, by the way.
Okay, we'll get to that.
We will.
But first, let's talk entertainment.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't love a good movie or TV show?
Right.
So what does the guide say about using that to learn English?
Well, it's all about immersing yourself in English language entertainment.
Okay,
Like movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, you name it.
gotcha.
Start with subtitles in your native language if you need them.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
But the goal is to gradually switch to English subtitles.
Exactly. Or even no subtitles at all.
Oh, that's the dream.
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing how much you can pick up just by paying attention.
You're not just learning vocabulary. You're getting accents,
Yes.
slang, natural speech patterns.
It's like a whole pack.
It really is the whole experience.
Do you have any favorite shows or YouTubers for this?
Oh, tons. But one that comes to mind is
Yeah.
Name a Show.
I've heard of that one.
The dialogue is so quick and witty.
Cool.
It's great for listening comprehension.
Awesome. I'll check it out.
Definitely.
So that's all passive though, right?
Yeah, mostly.
What about actively using our English?
Right. Getting in the game.
Yeah, what does the guide say about that?
Lots of great stuff. But before we jump in,
Yeah.
have any of these tips sparked any ideas for you?
Well, I think changing my phone settings is a must.
I think so too.
It seems so simple but powerful.
It really is.
And I'm definitely going to check out Name of Show.
Awesome.
What about you listening?
What's resonating with you?
We want to hear your thoughts.
For sure. But for now, let's dive into some active learning techniques.
Let's do it.
All right.
Mm.
Welcome back. All right, so we talked about passive immersion.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get those English muscles working.
Okay. I'm ready for a workout.
Good. The guide says we got to start with reading.
Reading, huh?
I know it sounds old school, but trust me, it's super effective.
Yeah, I'm listening.
When you read, you're hitting multiple skills at once.
Like what?
Well, you're learning new words, obviously,
Right.
but you're also seeing how they're used in sentences.
Oh, okay.
You're absorbing grammar patterns without even realizing it.
So it's like a mental workout.
Exactly. And you don't have to read boring stuff.
Yeah, please no textbooks.
Find articles, blog posts, even social media captions that interest you.
So reading is our cardio.
I like that analogy.
What about strength training? How do we get fluent with speaking?
That's where real-life conversation comes in.
Makes sense.
But I know finding conversation partners could be tough.
Yeah, especially if you don't live in an English-speaking country.
Right. But there are tons of resources now.
Like what?
Check out language exchange apps like Tandem or HelloTalk.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
They connect you with people from all over the world. You can practice speaking in a low-pressure environment.
I'm going to have to check those out.
Definitely.
So reading and speaking are covered.
Mm-hmm.
What about listening?
Ah, yes. The key to understanding.
What's the secret weapon?
Podcasts and audiobooks.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love them.
Me too. You can listen while you're doing other things.
Exactly. Multitasking at its finest.
And there's like a podcast for everything.
Seriously, whatever you're interested in, you can find a podcast about it.
It's amazing.
He really is.
Plus, you get exposed to different accents and speaking styles.
Yeah, it trains your ear to understand real-world English.
That's so important.
It is.
Okay, so we've got reading,
Yep.
speaking,
Uh-huh.
and listening.
Check.
What about making sure we remember all this stuff?
Right. Good point.
It's easy to learn new things and then forget them.
It happens to everyone.
So what does the guide say about remembering?
Journaling is a great tool for this.
Journaling.
Yeah, write down your thoughts. Reflect on your day. Practice writing in English.
I haven't journaled in years.
Well, maybe it's time to start again.
You think it really helps?
Absolutely. It forces you to actively use the language.
Okay,
You have to think about sentence structure, grammar, all that good stuff.
that makes sense.
Plus, you can use new vocabulary you've learned,
Oh, I see.
and it helps you track your progress.
So it's like a multi-purpose tool?
Exactly. A language learning powerhouse.
I'm sold on journaling.
Good.
What about remembering new words?
The guide recommends daily vocabulary review,
Okay.
flashcards, apps
Yeah.
like Anki or Quizlet.
I've heard of Anki.
It uses spaced repetition.
What's that?
It's a fancy way of saying you review words at increasing intervals.
Oh, interesting.
So it helps move those words into your long-term memory.
So I'm not just cramming and then forgetting.
Nope, you're strategically spacing out your review.
I like it.
And Anki does all the scheduling for you, so you can focus on actually learning.
I'm definitely going to check that out.
Awesome.
So we've covered a lot. Reading, speaking, listening, reviewing.
It's all coming together.
It feels like we're building a solid foundation.
That's the goal.
But I have one more question.
Okay, shoot.
We've talked about external ways to learn.
Right, using resources and tools.
What about the internal stuff?
Like what?
Like thinking in English.
The ultimate goal.
Any tips for that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
That's the holy grail,
it
isn't it?
feels like it.
But it's totally doable.
Okay, good.
The guide says to think of it like a transition,
Okay,
like slowly turning up the volume on an English radio station in your head.
I like that.
You don't have to switch your brain to English overnight.
Yeah, that'd be intense.
Start small.
Okay,
Think in English for simple things,
give me an example.
like making a grocery list or planning your outfit.
Oh, okay.
Narrate those thoughts in English.
So instead of I need to buy milk, it's I need to pick up milk from the store.
Exactly. And as you get comfortable,
Yeah.
challenge yourself with tougher stuff. Problem-solving, decision-making, anything really.
That's a good challenge.
See if you can think through it all in English.
I'll try.
But don't get discouraged if you hit a wall.
I know. I get stuck sometimes.
It's normal. Just keep a notebook handy.
Okay.
Jot down words you don't know.
Right. And then look them up later.
Exactly. Turn those struggles into learning moments.
I like that mindset.
So we've talked about a lot of practical stuff,
We have.
but the guide also emphasizes having fun with it.
Oh, fun is important.
It keeps you motivated.
Totally. So what are some fun ways to immerse ourselves in English?
Well, one thing is to incorporate it into your hobbies.
Ooh, like what?
Let's say you love cooking.
Okay, I do.
Try finding recipes in English.
That's a cool idea.
You'll learn new vocabulary and experience a different culture.
Plus, it's something I already enjoy.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like work.
Have any other fun tips?
Have you ever been to an English language meetup?
I've seen those, but I've always been a little intimidated.
I get it,
Okay.
but they're usually super welcoming.
Really?
Everyone's there to practice and connect.
Maybe I'll give it a try.
Start with an online group if you're nervous.
That's a good idea.
And here's a super easy one.
Okay, tell me.
Change the language on your devices to English.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, your phone, your laptop, your apps.
Huh, I never thought of that.
It's constant passive immersion.
Like turning my digital world into an English-speaking one.
Exactly. You'll be surprised how fast you adapt.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list.
Awesome.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have practical tips, creative strategies, mindset shifts.
It's been an amazing journey.
I'm glad you think so.
As we wrap up, I just want to say, language learning is a journey, not a destination.
Well said.
Embrace the process, celebrate the wins, don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
And remember, listeners, we're all in this together.
That's right.
So what's one small change you're going to make today to live and breathe English?
We'd love to hear from you.
Share it with us and keep the conversation going.
Until next time, happy learning, everyone.